I guess I'm back on YouTube. What's going on, guys? It is Straw Hat Goofy back with another YouTube review. I think the last one that I did was a couple years ago, which is insane. I think the last YouTube video that I did for you guys was Spider-Man Far From Home, or maybe it was like a Wonder Woman trailer review. I don't even know what it was anymore, but hey, I'm back. Super excited to be doing some more YouTube movie reviews for you guys. A lot has happened since your boy made that last video, actually. You know, I blew up on TikTok, so I'm a much bigger deal on that than I am here, but maybe, you know, with this video it can change and I can go viral again. We'll see. Who knows? Some of you guys were saying like, hey, you should make a YouTube. And I'm just like, I have one. I just don't post, or, you know, most people haven't really caught on to it yet. But, you know, super excited to be jumping back into it, to be making more long form reviews for you guys. And yeah, I'm just really excited to be back. And hopefully you guys will like this content as much as you like the TikTok content. Who knows? Maybe this won't blow up as well and I might just go running back to TikTok. But until then, let's talk about some movies. All right, so jumping right into this, I wanted to talk about this film so bad because honestly, I just needed to after the ending of this movie. And what we're going to be talking about right now is Malignant. Now, Malignant is a 2021 horror film directed by James Wan. James Wan, as you know, is one of the biggest names in horror right now. He's the architect of pretty much the Conjuring universe, which is about going, I believe, 8 films strong now. I mean, you have the 3 Conjuring films, you have Annabelle, La Llorona, you got The Nun. There's just so many going on with that franchise, so I was excited to see him kind of step out of that wheelhouse and go back to his horror roots with this film right here. And it looked very intriguing from the trailers. I didn't know really what to make of it, but pretty much the story of Malignant is pretty much about this woman named Emily Wallace. And Emily Wallace is a woman who starts to wake up to these horrible these nightmares of people getting murdered, all right? People are just dying in horrible ways. She thought it was a dream, but then she comes to find out is that these are actually real things happening, and she's starting to predict real deaths happening in real life. So now she has to figure out what is going on, who is the person named Gabriel who is doing the murders, and pretty much like what is her connection to this character. This movie's fucking bonkers, y'all. This movie is freaking bonkers. Now, I'm not gonna lie. So this, at the beginning, there's a scene in the opening that's just kind of, it's cheesy. It was just, I watched it and I was just kind of like, okay, was that, is this how the whole film is going to be? Like, it's just cheesy lines, cheesy acting. It's kind of like over the top with this gore. And it just immediately like didn't turn me off, but it just made me just kind of look sideways and go, okay, they did that. But then like the way the movie plays out as you go towards the first, second, and third act is that you don't really know what you're watching throughout most of the movie. Like, obviously the movie starts off as one way, but then like by the time we get to the third act, it's gone completely bonkers. It's ridiculous, but it somehow works. And there's a twist that I won't spoil, but there's a twist in there that like I saw coming. The fact that I saw it coming, right? I just did not see it coming that way, you know, like, and that was like my main thing. Like, I've never seen a movie that started off, to me, terrible. Like, it really was kind of terrible. Like, a lot of the setups is just kind of like, you know, not jump scares, because James Wan doesn't really believe in jump scares of that sort, but it has like that classic James Wan kind of like setup, like scenes where characters are moving from room to room. Like there's a scene where a guy goes into a closet where it's dark, turns on the light, and you're like kind of looking to see what's behind him. Characters appear, characters disappear. It's just a masterclass in setup. But then like throughout most of the first and second act, that's just what it feels like. Just a lot of setup and then payoff, setup and payoff, setup and payoff. And so it started to run into like this kind of formula, but as the story starts to unfold, then those setups and payoffs start to make sense, and the movie gradually gets better as you watch it, which is why this third act, going completely crazy and insane with that twist, works really, really well. Now, Annabelle Wallace plays Emily. She plays like a person who's been adopted, and you know, I believe her real name is Madison, but her adoptive name is Emily, and that goes really like, you know, it's really crucial to the plot of her relationship with this character, Gabriel. She does a pretty decent job of just pretty much being the focal point of this movie. Like her acting of her not knowing what is going on, the confusion that she goes through, like trying to figure out who is Gabriel, who is her relationship to. You kind of feel her frustration and what is going on, as well as like the fear. Like, imagine watching these deaths happen in first person and then not being able to do anything about it, and then the other side of it, nobody believing you when it comes outcomes of these things happening. So she really carries the film in that sense. The other performances are kind of like, okay, I just kind of saw the other characters as just kind of like being there, but she's the one who pretty much grounds us in this entire like movie. However, I will say, and I'm going to butcher her name right here. I already know I'm going to do it, so apologies for butchering her name in advance. The real MVP of this movie is Marina Mazeppa. I'm not going to say who she plays. Just look her up on Instagram and then watch the movie, and then you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Now, like I said, some of my major gripes with the movie just has to do with just kind of like, it just feels like from the first and second act, it just feels like it's just set up and payoff. And, you know, the movie suffers from like a lot of characters just doing just dumb character things in horror movies. You know, like there's this one character who literally goes to like this, what looks like a giant haunted castle, and for some reason, like, it goes from daytime to nighttime, and then like she has to go in the basement, and she even comments on it like, oh, of course I have to go in the basement, and she's there alone, and you're just like, what are you doing? And there's a lot of character moments like that where you're just asking yourself, why are these characters doing this thing when they don't have to? There were obviously better, like, you know, choices they could have made, but it's all for in service of the film, and it's pretty much all to get to this third act. And I feel like my biggest gripe with this movie is that everything just feels like it's just leading to that third act, because it just seems that James Wan thought of the third act, thought it was really cool, which it is, and then just made a film to get us there. And shame to say, it kind of works. Like, I've been telling people to go see this film because the third act twist is so damn good. Damn, like, you know, the murders of Gabriel and, like, you know, everything he does to these people. Like, honestly, it's not really that impressive. So if you're like a gore nut when it comes to horror, it's not really going to change your mind on that type of thing. But if you're looking for a story to like unfold itself, and then if looking for an ending to pay that off, I think Malignant definitely kind of like delivers on that front. So I think it's one of the pretty much the biggest twist of like people are going to save the 2020s by the time the 2020s are over. So that's just my thoughts on it. Did you guys watch Malignant? What did you think about it? Did you see it in the theaters? Did that change your experience, or did you watch it in the safety of your own home and get afraid on your couch? Y'all let me know. Make sure again you drop a comment down below. Make sure you leave a like, and make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm going to be coming up with more reviews for you guys as much as I can. Obviously, you guys already know I'm super busy, but like I'm even more pumped to be making more content for you guys on different platforms. So you guys keep it locked, and I will see you guys later.